Welcome to another episode of URC Chumps podcast 82. Unfortunately, Jacques has officially found out what it's like to have in-laws because he needed to pop over to them quickly. Tim is busy at the moment, and Dara is writing exams, so good luck to Dara and everything like that. I think um, doing his exams is a bit more important than talking about rugby right now, especially at someone at his age. But I think we should get into it. Welcome to this podcast. I'm glad to have you here and listening to me, even though it's just me tonight. Um, Going into this week, we had round 14. That leaves four more rounds left. But starting off on Friday night, the Sharks was actually quite a convincing game against Cardiff, coming off top 21-15. I think they could have done a bit more. Both sides they left quite a bit behind, but yeah, it was a game that was pretty good, especially for the Sharks. I mean, that's now 2 weeks in a row. South Africa's gone 4 out of 4 this week, which I'm really glad and happy about to have seen. Um, then, of course, Glasgow going up against Benetton. I mean, it was to be expected. 31-10 coming off with bonus points, which just also gives them just an extra lead for this week. Leinster going up against Scarlets. Leinster coming back with some serious force. Scarlets did keep up with them for a period of time, but it almost seems like there's a 60-minute rugby being played um, in in the UK right now, which is maybe a little bit of a concern. But yeah, Bulls versus Munster. How the best way I can describe it, it was an arm wrestle, but it was an arm wrestle between each team and each team arm wrestling themselves. There was a lot of mistakes made. There was a lot of needless penalties. Ruan Nokia got a yellow card. Some say it should have gone up to red. I agree with the yellow mainly because I forgot who the guy's name, but he was coming back up when contact was made, which then did make it dangerous. It was dangerous. I do believe a yellow card was fine. I just think the mitigation came with the fact that Munster was standing back up again. Connacht beating Ospreys. Yeah, that was to be expected. Lions, quite a formidable team right now. Did something that the Stormers couldn't do last week and won 42-26. Oh, another thing just on the Munster game before I forget. I did think they were going to lose. However, I think they were going to lose because of their travel arrangement. Because after playing the Sharks, they came to Cape Town. From Cape Town, they went up to Victoria literally the night before. But yeah, um, Lions, of course, like I said, doing something the Stormers couldn't quite do. But again, Dragons keeping up within the 20 range, which is kind of what they've been doing this season. So yeah, Stormers, I'll come back to Zebre versus Ulster. Yeah, we kind of expected Ulster to win that game. Tim, sorry, not Tim, Jacques and myself all predicted every home team except for that last game was going. I was at the Stormers game, so there was quite a bit that I kind of missed because I couldn't see it from the TV, but from what I could see, yeah, we gave away 2 tries. One try was actually quite phenomenal from their side, Bone Fenter. The intercept try, I heard some people saying it was offside. I don't really think it was offside, but yeah, we did leave a lot behind. Otherwise, Evan Roos, fantastic game. Dion Free coming and scoring that try off the scrum on the 80th. Tunu getting a yellow card. Yeah, that yellow card was deemed a yellow card, and then scoring a phenomenal try with a no look pass from Gelant. Gelant did all right. Willemse was on 14, but he was kind of playing 13, 15, 10 during that game. So I think the 14 was just the number that he was wearing, but he was playing all over the field. I don't know if that's something that's going to be experimented with, but yeah. That is what happened. That now leaves the log as standing right now. As you can see, Glasgow Warriors literally 1 point ahead of Stormers. Yeah, it's it's getting closer and closer to the point there. Um, but at least our top eight are kind of there. Sharks are literally still within a chance. There's still a chance for them to get through. Um, I do think it is going to be quite hard, but as it stands right now, this is what the playoff picture looks like. So right now, the Bulls are going to Scotland to go play against Glasgow, a repeat of the third URC final, but in the playoff. Munster's coming back here. Um, yeah, Munster. You will have to see how they turn around the next couple of games, and Ulster hosting Cardiff. Two of the teams that we still need to play, and two of the teams that we're actually going to play away as a Stormers. And then Leinster hosting the Lions right now, and I mean that is pretty decent. It still could change. It isn't set um, as of is right now, which means out of out of the playoffs right now, we're looking at a final either in Glasgow, Cape Town, Ulster, or Leinster themselves. So yeah. Um, then this week we are not having URC because it is actually the Champions Cup, the next one. Starting off with the Cup, Northampton on this Friday is kicking it off. Good Friday. Northampton versus Castros, hosting Castros. I see Pollock has signed for a new managing company and stuff like that. So will he be playing? That's another story. Or is he still on the strict rest? We'll have to wait and see if they allow him to play and rest him again. Bath is hosting Saracens. The game, I have to say, Stormers are probably not going to do so well. Is against Toulon. Toulon, phenomenal team that they are. It's going to be a hard game for them away at Toulon. Yeah. Glasgow and the Bulls are playing a prelude to the playoffs as it is right now, uh, but at Glasgow. And I see that the Bulls have stacked their team with all their Springbok options, so that they are taking it quite serious. Toulouse is hosting Bristol, and I mean Toulouse right now, the way they're going, I honestly see them beating Bristol. Harlequins are hosting Sharks. Bordeaux is hosting Leicester, and Leinster is hosting Edinburgh. So again, another team. I don't see Edinburgh doing that well right now, especially with the fact that now they're traveling back right now. So that is going to be a tough game for them. Then in the Challenge Cup, we got Connacht hosting Sharks. Yes, the Sharks. So Sharks are up there. Montpellier hosting Perpignan. Exeter with Munster, and I do think Munster's coming back with their bigger guys. The fact that they haven't been um, playing right now, so likes of Targ Burn and so forth should be back for them, which should make it more competitive for them against the Exeter side. Benetton's hosting Cardiff. Um, yeah, I don't think that's Toulouse. I think I got that wrong when I put it in. And Harlequins as well. Not against the Ospreys, but yeah. Paris. Uh, Stade Francais hosting the Dragons. I see them going and Leinster going against Pau. Not this. Sorry. Zebre going against Pau. So yeah, that is what games are coming this week. Some news right now in the rugby world. Crusaders suffer massive blow as All Black star is sidelined for the rest of the season with serious spinal infection, which has got Dave Rennie wondering if he is going to be ready for the Nations Cup and the rivalry tour. We're gonna have to wait and see what they say. Um, Quite a phenomenal player, and I wish him all the best in his healing. But yeah, that is going to be one tough game for them. As you can see in the corner there, Bulls rely on Box for Euro Journey, so they are bringing them back. However, the one man in that picture there I see has just signed for La Rochelle. David Creel is on his way out at the end of the season. And Lewis is appointed Springboks performance analyst. So SA Rugby has appointed former England, Scarlets, and Ospreys technical analyst Joe Lewis to the Springbok management in the role of performance analyst. He would join the team before the international season, which kicks off against the Barbarians and features two new exciting competitions, being one, the Nations Cup and the rivalry tour coming up. So, yes, some big stuff in there. Again, please, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know your views on everything that's here. The games that are coming, let us know what you think about them coming and so forth. I do think this week is going to be a bit of mixed results. Players coming back, players being tired, traveling to and from South Africa to Europe. I'm talking about the likes of Sharks, Bulls, um, Stormers, Edinburgh, Munster. They're also flying up at the moment. I mean, it's a lot of the guys flying up there. It isn't easy, just a quick boom boom from winter to summer, back to winter. So yes, uh, yeah, I think it's awesome what we're going to see. I am actually quite interested to see what Lewis has to do for the Springboks. I'm actually very excited to see how that turns out, Joe Lewis. Um, does he bring some insight in? I know some of the ex-Springboks were a little bit concerned, or one ex-Springbok, the fact that Russie has been in for longer. But I also like the fact that we are a Springbok coach or South African coach team, and we are keeping our let's say our DNA green and gold, but we are accepting in the international input because rugby is an international sport. It isn't just us, New Zealand, and so forth. We are bringing in other countries, which I also think is great for other countries to realize that they do have the talent. Also saw on the news, apparently World Rugby before the World Cup is trying to get South Africa to stop playing the green and gold. I heard someone commented it in a video from a comment saying that wearing the green and gold is worth more than winning Olympic gold. There's more pride in wearing that jersey for your country than any other sporting code or uh, accolades from other sporting things. I do have to think right now, if you follow social media in South Africa, it's a lot more rugby these days. A lot of the sponsors are pushing the rugby guys out. There's more rugby faces in adverts than you see with any other thing. I do know South Africa is playing against Panama in Cape Town this weekend. I didn't even know about that until I saw a comment from our mayor saying that the stadium sold out, except there's a few suites open. And I was like, oh, for fun is playing. Uh, it's not really pushed here. So a comment like that saying that wearing the green and gold is worth more than any other sport or accolade does actually make some sense. And I do think it has some facts behind it. But yes, let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if rugby's on the top of your list or if another sport's on top of your list. And now here in Cape Town, We are very diverse. We like all sports. We have our own likings, but we also support the other things in our area. So, yes, fellow champions, be safe, go well. Cheers.